our very first data set that we set into Power BI, which is the clean data set, which has the age. So that's the education data set. To have this data set, please use the link in our description, fill out the form, join our WhatsApp group so that you have all questions answered and we can help you as well. All right, so this is the data set we have. Let's look at it in the data view. This is going to be a very short one because you're just going to understand how the report view works. Okay, so now this is the data sets we have. When you are doing data analysis from the beginning, right, from talking about steps in data analysis, you have to know your objectives, you have to know what you are looking for in the data so that you know what you put in your chart and what you would show in your dashboard. So looking at this data set, we have the student ID, age, gender, high school, GPA, SAT scores, university GPA, like the field of study and all that. So we are going to use some of this information to create a simple dashboard, bringing about four charts together, creating a title, and that's it. So I'm going to look at gender. I'm going to focus on gender. Gender is actually a categorical data. So note when you are trying to get your objectives and also create charts and all that, note your categorical data and your numerical data. So for this data like this, we have gender to be a categorical data. We have field of study to also be a categorical data. We also have the current job level to be a categorical data, and then entrepreneurship also as a categorical data. Majority of them rest are numerical data. So you have to take note of that. All right. So when you take note of that, now you have to get your objectives. So I'm going to set a quick 3 to 4 objectives that I can use for my report. Right. I'm going to look at the average high school GPA according to female and male. I can also look at the average age according to female and male. And then I can look at the average scores, right, from high school, SAT, university, and also look at the number of females in each of the field and the number of gender in each of the field. So I'm going to just focus on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. The rest of the columns I can use it for another dashboard. All right. So that's being noted. We go back to our reports view and I'm going to choose a title. All right. So I'm going to bring a title first. So let me collapse some of my paint. Let me reduce my, yeah. So I want to see the four corners of my reports view. All right. So I'm going to insert a text box and I'm going to give it a title of students. Let me make it in capital letters, sorry. Right, students scores analysis. Right, so that's my simple title. Your title is supposed to give info. It's supposed to give your reader or audience the understanding of what your report is all about. So title is very important in creating your dashboard, right? So I just want a simple one. So I'm arranging it. This one is very easy to do. I make center alignment. I'm also going to bring it into the middle, right? So there's a red line that is going to guide us. You get. So that's being done. My title is there. Amazing. All right. So I'm going to focus on what I'll work on my charts, right? So my very first chart is going to be average age and then according to gender. So average age according to gender, I am going to, I think, let's delete this and let's start from scratch again. So I'm going to take my donuts chart. I just want to use donuts. But when it comes to choosing a chart, because I'm doing female and male, right, it's two categories. So I want to use something that could show it very well. And pie chart, pie chart or donut chart will be ideal. So I'm choosing donut chart. Then I'm going to take the average age, right? I'm going to select that and I'm going to select gender. All right. So it's given my gender and I'm going to just keep it here. All right. So now I'm going to clean up my chart so that it looks nicer. I'm going to come to my visualization um, pane and open here. So my legend is showing and it's on the center right, but I want it to be at the top, right? So it can be at the top center, which is fine. So you see that immediately you shift some things, your chart also feels free, okay, as well. All right. Then we can close the legend now. Let's see slides. CS slides is okay. Um, let's see our details label is outside. Outside is fine, it's not bad. But let's see if it's inside. How would it look like? We don't like how it's looking inside. Let's say preferred inside. Let's see how it looks. No. Let's see outside. Preferred outside. I think outside is better. So we keep it that way. We see the values is showing. It's showing the data value and then the percentage the of the average, right? So that's fine. Let's go to values. We can click on go to value, and the value is this, right? You can make it bold. It's showing values as well. Nicely done. But note, we are looking for average, but here says sums of age, so that is a wrong input. We come back to our data visuals here, our visualization pane here, and we come to values here, and we click here and change it to average. That is rather clear, right? So our average of male is 22.99. Now average of female is 23.01, which is moderately, they are similar, same average age, right? That's brilliant as well. So we have that. I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to just make a shadow. So I come to general and I go to effects. Then I turn on my, no, I turn on the shadow instead of turn it on. So that has a shadow. My title is okay, right? Average average of age by gender is fine. Let's keep it that way. And that is done for this chart. Okay. I can make it big depending on if I don't have a lot of charts playing around. Remember, I want to make about 3 or 4 charts. All right, so we move on to, let's just cross check. We are going to do gender and average of the GPA, right? Of high school. All right. So to mix things up, I'm going to use pie charts now. Right. It's arranging it for me, but I'm going to bring it here. Okay. And I'm going to expand it. Let's see. All right. So I have my pie chart. I'm going to choose gender. Then I'm going to choose the score, high school score. It's arranged in alphabetical order. So yeah, high school score. Right. It's not too, it's very you can't see the difference so much. You're going to change that to average. All right, so we go for average. All right, so the average is of male is 3.57. The average of female is 3.67. So close, very close. All right, so now let's go and look at what we can change. Let's bring the legend to the top again, top center. All right, so immediately you do that, it gives space for you to see the whole values. All right, so let's go to details, right? Label details, and let's see the values. The values, it says values displays is auto, decimal places is auto. So let's make it 2 decimal places. All right, 2 decimal places is fine. And our chart is good. Remember to actually um, make a shadow just so that it feels amazing. All right. So now we do that and our chart is looking good. We can see the number. We can read it, right? I think I made this bold, so I'm going to keep the consistency and make the values, data label values also bold, right? So that it has a consistency, right? So bold, beautiful. So we have that. Then now we look at gender. We are going to actually do the third um, chart, which will be my final chart. Then we are going to explore slices and we see how it goes. All right. So my third chart would be uh, gender. It's going to be gender. So wait, we have to get, let's get a column chart, right? Let's not, let's do, and let's do steady, field of steady. Okay. All right. So I can bring it here, field of steady. So I can expand it. All right. Oh, final field of steady and average university. So let's say average university GPA. So we come here and make it average as well, right? Make it average GPA. And we now go to our chart, our x-axis. We open our x-axis. I'm going to turn off the title. Right here, we know that these are the fields, so there's no need to have title. We need more space. All right, so I can make that also bold so that it's more visible. Then I can close my x-axis, go to my y-axis. Y-axis is the vertical one. I'm going to turn all of that off. The value of the title also off, just for more space. And I'm going to turn on my labels so that I will have the labels on here rather. Do you get? So when you come, you see computer science, the average GPA for computer science is 3.8. Do you understand the feel? All right, so we have that, and I think I'm just going to change my, I'm just going to bring my shadow and we call it error for this. All right, so now I can expand my chart just so that it fills up the space I have for it. Right, so I can expand this too, just arranging it since we have more space, right? I'm going to bring this just so because we have more space. I think I think okay, let's make this way. I think this is true because of how it looks. It's too much. So I'm going to use this space for sliders and we call it a wrap for this report. This is a very simple one just so that we get to understand what's going on here. So I'm going to insert slicer, right? So I'm going to insert bottom sliders and I'm going to keep them here. I'm going to set two sliders, right? That will focus on um the first one will focus on current job role, or no, the first one will focus on, let's see, let's see, let's see if entrepreneurship is not showing anything. Let's see, current job, right? Okay, we can do current job as well. So I have to just work on changing the button. So let's do that. Slicer settings, button selected, multiple is showing grade. Let's see, vertical, right? So vertical is much better, right? So that's what we mean is that when you click on entry, we get to see the field study that are in entry level, right? As well. All right, so we do that. I'm going to bring another second slicer, right, which fills up the space, and I'm going to make it maybe the next category. Let's see, category. I think the next category we can use is field study, right? So I'm going to also change the slicer into a vertical. So I'm going to go choose the slicer button, no, call out, sorry, multiple slicer layout rather, button layout, and I'm going to choose vertical. So it gives us like the ads and all that. So now we can play around this chart, right? And make that maybe uh field of study, and maybe we remove the average um in university and make it maybe number of students. So we bring number of students here, right? So count it, right? So when you take art, you're going to see the number of art students. When you take, no, wait, let's erase this. When you take business, you're going to see the number of business. And when you take the entry, wait, when you take entry level, okay, and arts, you are going to see the number of students. So this is how you actually, so when it comes to dashboard, right? So this is like a simple dashboard that's talking about the age average and all that. But one thing you should know is that your dashboard is supposed to be something that you can update easily. So on a normal, I'm not going to put in here the average age. Maybe I'm going to put the number of gender, right, for female and for male. Do you get? So that is it. And this is how you play around as well. When it comes to deep data analysis, you have to understand how to arrange all this, when to put this into that and all that. You just realize I changed the average because I was bringing slices. I changed the average to something else. You have to note all that as well. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for learning. And we are hitting 100 learners by end of February. I love you all and stay blessed.